Welcome to Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails. Today is Monday, the 18th of December, and the bow season is back in here in Iowa. The firearm season lasted 2 weeks with three total weekends. So we've been out of commission for a little while. I have pulled my cards from my cameras, tried to figure out what would be the best plan for these next few days as we get into the late season. And there was nothing that was super inspiring on the cameras, unfortunately, but we do have this strong northwest wind, supposed to hit gusts in the mid to upper 20s today, and I think we've had some of those. It's been pretty breezy. It's not too bad right now, but it does drive the wind chills down pretty deep, so it's going to be a little bit of a cold ride in, and then we'll be in the redneck blind for the hunt. We're going to go back up on the ridge in the spot that's roughly, we figure, the middle of the range of these two bucks that I've been hunting. But I'm a little bit nervous that maybe my 2 bucks is down to 1 buck now. Looking at the trail cam photos, I'm pretty sure I've got a picture of one of the two with only 1 antler. So I think he's already shed. So the odds were low before. Now they're whatever 0 divided by 2 is. You know, that's what our odds are now. So they might have been 0, but now they're half as good. No, there's always some hope. So we're gonna go up there and give that a try. Then the weather's supposed to turn pretty mild. So if we're gonna take a crack at this blind, now's the time to do it, because there's nothing to hold, you know, nothing to save it for, because the weather pattern is gonna be not good for that spot with the east and southeast winds coming in. So we'll talk some more once we get up there. And you know, I mean, we always say the late season is tough, but it only gets worse when your bucks start to shed. Is it? No. Better get him out the window. It's a pretty nice deer, though. He's looking at the scooter. Can you take that blind down? See that? Yeah. He doesn't care. Feeding.
He's eating sorghum now.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty cool sequence. The buck is still 25 yards away on the edge of the plot eating sorghum. A couple things jump out at me. First was how he stared at those scooters but didn't spook. And I don't think that a one deer sample size is big enough to decide whether or not you can get away with parking those things, you know, where the deer can see them. So we had that doe, remember, on the grass field that kind of shied away. Mm-hmm. I think every deer is a little bit different. I don't think this guy is particularly sharp. I think he's a little bit unwitting, so to speak. But it was interesting that he stood there staring at him and then went right back to feeding on that wintergreens that's planted down there. The other thing I think is pretty cool is how much he likes sorghum. Here he stands in a corn food plot. He's still down there. He's just gorging on sorghum. That, and I know I've talked about it before, but that does create some opportunities. If enough deer on this farm get to where they're eating this sorghum late season, because it's easier to grow than corn, probably a little bit cheaper, but for sure easier, because the deer don't eat it during the summer. And that's a big deal, especially on a dry year. This past summer, as dry as it was, the corn was about the only thing that had any moisture in it up on this ridge, and the deer pounded it mercilessly, whereas they won't eat sorghum during the summer. We've got quite a bit of time left. You have your watch out, Ethan. Ethan doesn't have a watch, he has a phone. Who am I kidding? Nobody owns watches anymore.
3:45.
So we got an hour and 15 minutes until the end of legal shooting time. So hopefully he's got some older friends that follow him around, and maybe we'll show up here in a little bit. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Little 10-pointer.
Yeah. I am down to the last 20 minutes here, and that buck that came in, that really nice 2-year-old, is the only one that we've seen so far. It's a chilly night. I think the wind chill was in the mid to high single digits today, but the wind is starting to let down now, so it's not quite so bad. Sure is nice to be in the blind though. Boy, I wouldn't want to be freezing against a tree when it's 5-degree wind chill. I'm a little bit perplexed now because the rest of this week, right up till Christmas, it's got very marginal weather for hunting. That east and southeast wind, mild temperatures, but you know, the deer still eat. You know, they don't have to eat at night, so there's still some hope. But it doesn't set up for this spot, and it doesn't set up for the bottom field either, down by the scrape tree. So I have to do a little bit of freelancing and try to set up something else. The open gate, that's got food, and there's definitely deer there, but there hasn't been a shooter there all season. Not on camera, at least. I'm about ready to shut it down. So if Well, what else can we talk about? Ethan, got any stories to tell?
Not today. I don't think so.
Ethan he doesn't have any words of wisdom for us today. Not like usual. I think we're going to try to get out tomorrow evening and we're going to hunt that open gate. I've got a couple people that want does, and we'd like to eat them too. I mean, they're so healthy. My daughter, she's got the whole fitness program figured out as far as, her running and just high quality nutrition is so important in that. And there's nothing better than venison. So we need some more does. So we're probably going to try to do that tomorrow. But otherwise, I'm not sure what we're going to do the rest of the week. But again, we appreciate you joining us. And we'll see you back here again soon for the next episode of Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails. And remember to always dream
Big.